I will tell you how to rich. Close the doors. Be fearless when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. By Warren Buffett. Bottoms in the investment world don't end with 4-year lows, they end with 10 or 15 years lows. By Jim Rogers. The stock market is filled with individuals who know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. By Philip Fisher. In investing, what is comfortable is rarely profitable. By Robert Arnott. Given a 10% chance of a 100 times payoff, you should take that bet every time. By Jeff Bezos. Don't look for the needle in the haystack. Just buy the haystack. By John Bogle. I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars, I look around for 1-foot bars that I can step over. By Warren Buffett. The stock market is filled with individuals who know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. By Philip Fisher. We don't prognosticate macroeconomic factors, we're looking at our companies from a bottom-up perspective on their long-run prospects of returning. By Melody Hobson. It's very difficult to predict when the next recession or stock market crash will come, so many of the best investors don't even try. Instead, look for good companies with the strength to make it through the occasional challenging economic environment. Courage taught me no matter how bad a crisis gets, any sound investment will eventually pay off. By Carlos Slimhalu. Don't despair amid the inevitable setbacks that all investors face, especially during a crisis in the market. If the reasoning behind the investment was sound, stick with it, and it should eventually turn around. The individual investor should act consistently as an investor and not as a speculator. By Ben Graham. You are an investor, not someone who can predict the future. Base your decisions on real facts and analysis rather than risky, speculative forecasts. The biggest risk of all is not taking one. By Melody Hobson. There is a direct trade-off between risk and returns. If investors stick to low-risk assets like the money market and bonds, then they run a high risk of low long-term returns. Returns matter a lot. It's our capital. By Abigail Johnson. The long-run rate of return on investments ultimately determines how much wealth people accumulate over time. Always look at returns when considering mutual funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. By Robert Kiyosaki. If you're a millionaire by the time you're 30 but blow it all by age 40, you've gained nothing. Grow and protect your investment portfolio by carefully diversifying it, and you may find yourself funding many generations to come.